It is again my privilege to chair this meeting of the Board of Trustees of Weatherford College, being held Thursday, December the 11th, 2025, 12:30 p.m. in the community room of the Emerging Technologies and Workforce Building, 225 College Park Drive, Weatherford, Texas, to consider and act upon a posted agenda. Participating in the deliberations here today will be Secretary Leila Morris, Dr. Robert Marlette, Dr. Trev Dixon, Mr. G.B. Bailey, Ms. Mary Beth Denny, and Mr. Tom Vick. I do call this meeting to order, and I would call upon Mr. Brent Baker, if he would, to provide us with an invocation.
Happy to. Thank you, sir. Please bow with me. Lord, we're very thankful to you for so many things, but especially in this season. Thank you for this season. Thank you for our students who are finishing up a semester. May they finish strong. May they be safe. And may they all return to us in January. Thank you for our faculty and staff and our board. And please be with our board as they deliberate. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All who are able, please rise, and I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Ms. Worley, has anyone signed up to make public comment today?
No, sir.
Thank you. The third item on the posted agenda is the President's report. President Todd Allen Farmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chair and members of the Weatherford College Board of Trustees, I would like to give a few brief recognitions, employee notices, and a trustee training report. Recognitions. Congratulations to the WC volleyball team for finishing 4th in the nation at the national tournament. This is the strongest finish in program history and the 3rd consecutive finish in the top 10 at the national volleyball tournament. Go Coyotes! Congratulations are also in order to Lori Boyd for being named Faculty Member of the Year and to Debbie Alexander for being named Staff Member of the Year. Our employees are our greatest asset, and I am so proud to work with each of you. The WC Women's Rodeo Team was recently the champion of the Vernon College Rodeo. Our awesome rodeo team is well positioned to send several athletes to the CNFR again this year. And last but not least, WC trustee Tom Vick was recently named Citizen of the Year at the annual Weatherford Chamber of Commerce banquet. Additionally, Tom was recently named Distinguished Alumnus of Austin College last month. Congratulations, Tom Vick. December is the month where we annually recognize our Board of Trustees and Board Appreciation Month. They've all been given a gift with some WC swag in it this month. And let me just say publicly to the audience and those watching online that if you like what you see at Weatherford College and what has happened here at this noble institution, it all begins with this board right here. So please join me in giving a round of applause to our distinguished Weatherford College Board of Trustees. Thank you for all that you do. Employee notices. DMAC Local requires the college president to provide the names of contract employees that have resigned since the last board meeting. No contract employees have resigned since the last board meeting. Trustee training report. I am pleased to report that at this time, all trustees are in compliance with mandatory trustee training. Thank you again for your volunteer service to our college and community. Mr. Chairman, that concludes the President's report.
Thank you, Dr. Farmer. That brings us to item number 4 on the posted agenda, the consent agenda and financial reports. There are items A through E that have been properly posted and are listed there. Is there anyone on the board or otherwise that has a comment or a question about anything on the consent agenda? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please raise your hand. Appears to be unanimous. Thank you very much. Item number 5 is consideration and possible action on the Canyon West Golf Course Management Services. And I believe Mr. Jeff Lightfoot has a presentation for us.
Thank you, Board of Trustees, Dr. Farmer. Appreciate the opportunity to discuss possible action on a new management company for Canyon West. Before I get into the RFP, I'd like to give you a quick status report on Canyon West and where we're at today. The first 2 years of this new endeavor have been a great opportunity to learn and grow in the golf industry, as you can imagine. I'm happy to report that as of last quarter, Canyon West is profitable and the course is improving and it's in good condition. With that being said, we're approaching the end of our contract with Kemper Sports, formerly Touchstone. The decision was made to send out a request for proposals this fall, seeking to either renegotiate with Kemper or start a new relationship with another company. A committee was put together with representation from the business office and the athletic department. Roger Fuller, Michelle Giss, Dr. Ken Trell, head golf coach Dave Renhack, J.C. Edwards, and myself. After thorough review of the proposals, we chose 4 companies to interview in person. After the interview process and checking references, the committee was unanimous in selecting Elite Golf. The main factors in that decision were number 1, affordability. Number 2, we felt like Elite Golf had the best plan to maximize profits, whether that would be in the food and beverage area or rounds on the golf course. Number 3, Elite Golf manages 4 courses that are close to Parker County. They've dealt with some of the same issues from an agronomy standpoint that we've dealt with at Canyon West, and we feel like that gives them the best opportunity to manage those issues with experience and a good plan moving forward. And number 4, we like the leadership team at Elite Golf, and we feel like that was the best fit for Weatherford College. Their honest and upfront management style was the one we felt most comfortable with. We have Elite Golf owner and CEO Keith Flatt here with us today. Keith, raise your hand, Keith. We didn't ask Mr. Flatt to present today, but he is available for questions. And at this time, I'll open it up to any questions you might have for me or the committee or Mr. Flatt. Yes, sir.
Where's the league from? Where are they headquartered out of?
They're headquartered out of Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Yes, sir. With 15 courses across the U.S. and I believe 5 in Texas, they have 1 in Granbury. They manage Possum Kingdom at the Cliffs out of PK. They have Irving Golf Club and Whitestone in Fort Worth that are close to the area, so they're here often.
How big of an organization are they? Or maybe this is a better question for him, but how many people are in their company?
I don't know the number of the, Keith, you want to come up here and answer? Sure.
Sorry, what was the question?
How many folks are in your company? How big
We have
are
a
you?
little over 500.
500?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how many total golf courses?
We have 11 right now. We've got 2 that's not counting, Canyon West, or we have another perspective coming on here in the Metroplex.
Okay. How long have y'all been in the business?
18 years. I grew up in Azle. Then my mom remarried, went to Arlington, and then, long story, but I played professional golf, ended up in Las Vegas, and after my playing career, I decided I wanted to get into the management of it, and that's how I ended up with doing this.
How long have you personally been involved?
50 years, a long time. I go back to Cross Timbers Golf Course in Azle. I grew up right there. It was, at that time, obviously no golf course, and I hit balls out where the golf course is now. Mr. Scrimcher owned that, and that's where I used to hit shag balls.
Okay.
Practicing, so I'm very familiar with it.
Okay.
And a little history on Canyon West. I had not been out to the property in about 15 years, and some of the members that are currently there had approached some of our staff, when you guys were going through greens issues, and so we came out and looked, and when I turned off the freeway, just coming to Canyon West, it is unbelievable how nice the facility is. It's very, very nice, and I wanted to be part of it if it was possible.
Okay. Well, how's my golfer doing with questions? You got something you want to offer here?
I think it's a good choice.
Okay.
I've met him before. I've known him when I was in high school. He was
Okay.
a good guy. Can't go wrong.
Thank you.
I used to hit balls with Mr. Scrimshaw's place too. That's
Yeah,
where the tank is for
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
big
We
fishing
would-
hole.
We called him, pardon my language, Old Man Scrimshaw, and he would come in a pickup truck, and when we saw that, we were all running like, oh, look at that.
His wife was Blanche, and when he passed away,
Yes.
she would let us go across the cemetery to that stock tank.
Yes. He didn't like us being on there.
No.
How about some other golfers down here? We got any questions?
So I assume you said you visited the course, and I guess you see systemic problems with our course that you are prepared to deal with.
Yes, and we had met back, I guess September or so, we had met and given a Granbury program to Jeff to kind of start working on some of the issues that you have, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it's something with the greens, it's not something that you solve, today, you solved it a year ago, with preventative maintenance, and they're already working on that.
Good.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Jeff, anything else that you have to offer for us today?
We just felt like that Keith and his company was the best fit from a personality standpoint. There were some bigger companies. We just felt like we get more personal attention and somebody that we can contact and that'll be here in a heartbeat and have our best interest in mind.
I do have one more question. Do you have a superintendent in mind?
The transition process will be, number one, to interview the current employees out there at Canyon West to give them an opportunity to possibly transition to the new team. So we'll interview the current superintendent. And if he doesn't meet their criteria, then we'll move on to somebody else.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you personally. I know it took a lot of work to sift through all of this and all of the different proposals and make the comparisons and do the analysis that you've done. And I just want you to know how much we all appreciate the effort that's gone into this.
Well, thank you. We had a good team, and the business office was critical in this process too. And of course, JC was involved from the very beginning with the other company and the other RFP, which I was not. So we had a wealth of information on the committee.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff.
Thank you.
No other comments before we look at a motion. I'll be asking for a motion that the board approve the committee's recommendation for Elite Golf be contracted with to provide golf management, course management services at Canyon West Golf Course for an initial contract of 2 years beginning as of February 1, 2026 and ending January 31, 2028, with options to renew for 3 additional 12-month periods for a 1-year base proposal of $72,000. Do I have such a motion? Do I have a second to the motion? Second. All in favor, would you please raise your hand? Appears to be a unanimous decision. So approved. Next item on the posted agenda is number 6, consideration possible action 2024-2025 financial audit. Dr. Cantrell, what do you have for us?
I would like to turn this over to Kathy Williams and read along as project manager on the audit. And they will present today the
Thank you
year
very
end
much.
for the
Kathy, welcome
2025.
back.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As Dr. Cantrell said, I'm Kathy Williams. I'm a partner with Snow Garrett Williams. I have Rita Long with me. She's our audit senior manager on the college's audit. And I'd like to start out just by saying a big thank you to Dr. Cantrell and the business office. They were tremendous help between them and the hard work that our audit team put in to get this completed. It really all worked well together, and they answer our questions and provide all the information that we need to give you this lovely book that I know you can't wait to go through. So,
Do you know that she's been with us for 45 years now?
I know that.
You've been with me a lot.
I've heard her for about over 30 of those years. Anyway, we'll get started in your audit reports. I will not take you through all of this. I'm just going to point out a few of the highlights, and I'll be happy to try and answer any questions that you may have. We'll start out on page 3 in your bound audit reports, where you will find on our letterhead the independent auditor's report. And it states there that in our opinion, the financial statements of Weatherford College are presented fairly in all material respects as of and for the years ended August 31st, 2025 and 2024 in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. And that's the most important thing that you as a board want to see. One of the most important things is that you have a clean, unmodified opinion on your financial statements. You'll turn now to page 6. I point this section out just because, I don't know, there are 94 pages in here, and I really don't expect you to go through all 94 pages. But I want, at least, if you want to look at a good summary of information, the management's discussion and analysis on pages 6 through 14 gives you a lot of very good summary comparative information. So if you want to just get a deeper insight to more than I'm going to give you today, that's a good place to start, is right there at the front, starting on page 6. If you'll turn now, we'll get started on your financial statements. We'll go to page 15. On page 15, you'll find page 1, or the first page of your statement of net position, which is like your balance sheet for the college. You'll see there that total current assets increased from August 31st, 2024 to the end of August of 25. They increased from $76.5 million to almost $86.6 million in your current assets. That was an increase of over $10.1 million, or about 13.2%. And that was an increase primarily in your cash and your accounts receivable year over year. Your non-current assets also increased about $7.2 million from $159.4 million to $166.6 million. Most of that is not a surprise. It's in that line item of capital assets. The college continues to grow, and we'll see that in several areas in this report, that you had construction in progress that had started on the Student Union parking lot and building. You also had several land purchases last year that are included in that capital asset line item. If you'll turn to page 16, the second page of your statement of net position, this has your liabilities and your net position or your equity of the college. Total current liabilities at the top of the page increased about almost $3 million from $26.4 million to $29.3 million. And most of that increase is related to that unearned revenue line item, which is primarily tuition and fees for the upcoming semester. It's people that pay that tuition or those tuition and fees prior to August 31st. Then the next section is your non-current liabilities, and they decreased almost $3 million from $93.7 million to $90.7 million. And that's primarily due to debt payments. So when we put those two together, you had very little change in total liabilities because you had an increase in current liabilities and a decrease in long-term liabilities. And then your net position there on the bottom of the page increased from $109.3 million to $129.2 million. So an increase in your net position or the equity of the college of $19.9 million. You'll turn now over to page 18. On page 18, we'll take a look at your statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in net position. We'll start at the top section of this statement with your operating revenues. You'll see there that total operating revenues increased about $6 million from $24.9 million to $30.9 million. Most of that, or a large portion of that increase is in tuition and fees, which again is no surprise with the continued enrollment growth. You also had an additional fee for part of the year in the spring semester. You started a student center fee, and that generated some additional income as well. Auxiliary enterprises also increased from $3.3 million to almost $5.8 million. Your operating expenses increased from $58.1 million to almost $63 million, about $4.9 million of increase in your operating expenses. But anytime you have that kind of growth, you're also going to have the same increase or a similar increase in your expenses. So your largest your largest operating expenses, as you would expect, are in instruction, institutional support, and then your auxiliary enterprises. That resulted in an operating loss for the year of $32,087,193, And then we add back all of the non-operating revenues, which includes your state appropriation, your property taxes or ad valorem taxes, your federal and state non-operating grant revenue, and your investment income. Those totaled $45.8 million in fiscal year 2024 and $51,949,343 in fiscal year 25. So an increase of over $6 million in your non-operating revenues, and it was several different areas. State appropriations increased, property taxes increased year to year, your federal grant revenue increased because you had an increase in your Pell and student loans related to enrollment, and then your investment income also had an increase from last year to this year. Last year you had a special item, a capital contribution that was related to the contribution of the Canyon West Golf Course of just over $10 million. You did not have that type of special item this year, but you still had an increase in net position when we add the non-operating revenues to the operating loss. You had an increase in revenue or net position this year of $19,862,150 compared to that $22.6 million the year before. However, you have to consider that that included that large special item for the contribution of the golf course. So it was a really, really good year financially for the college. On the next page, on page 19, I just point out here, we are required by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board to include the foundation's financial statements and the college's financial statements. They also have their own separate audit. I usually don't go into many of these numbers, but I like to point out it was another good year financially for the foundation as well, as they saw an increase in their net assets, revenue over expenses of over $1 million for the year, $1,078,641. So I just like to at least show you and let you know that that's in there. The last thing that I'll go over is, I'm not going to go into a bunch of detail, and you don't have to turn all the way back here if you don't want to, but on page 85, you have what's called a schedule of findings and question costs. And I just want to point this out because it shows you that your opinions on the financial statements as well as the single audit report were both unmodified or clean opinions. It also tells you that in our audit procedures, there were no financial statements, compliance, or single audit findings or question costs. So that's why I just like to at least show you that, because we it requires a lot of testing with the federal and state grant funding that the college receives. So we're required to do additional testing and additional reporting related to that. It happens every year because you have a significant amount of federal funding, but I'd at least like to point it out that in doing those additional tests, we did not have any findings. So, any questions?
We're looking good.
You are looking good. You are correct. You know, the growth of this college and watching it, just driving through town and seeing the good things that you as a board and that all of the staff of the college are doing, it's fun to see, especially, you know, and being here all this time and watching it grow it's exciting. So thank you for your hard work.
Thank you, Kathy. We appreciate it very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your time today, and y'all have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Kathy.
Okay.
That's great.
Pardon me?
I was just asking Dr. Farmer a question. Do they have other colleges that handle?
Yes, and ISDs.
So, as simply stated, I think the only motion that we need is the Board of Trustees approve the 2024-2025 financial audit as has been presented here today. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Vick, Mr. Bailey, second. All in favor, would you please raise your hand? Once again, appears to be unanimous vote. So approved. The next item on the agenda would be number 7, consideration and possible actions, Parker County Appraisal District Directors, the ballot for the official vote. Mr. Baker, are you going to address this for us?
Yes, sir, I can.
Please.
This is a routine item. All the taxing units in Parker County are asked to vote for members of the Parker County Appraisal District. we have a set number of votes based on our tax rate. Past practice from the board has been to split our votes evenly amongst those nominated. There are 2 nominees, Richard Barrett and Joe Wilkinson, and our recommendation would be to continue our past practice and split those votes evenly between those 2.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second, Dr. Marlette, all in favor? Raise your hand, please. Unanimous vote, so approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brent. Item number 8 on the agenda, happy to hear once again from President Farmer on reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As always, we have our Weatherford College Wise County report as well as our academic and student services update in written format. And I'm very pleased to introduce to you today some holiday music led by Weatherford College student Theodore Cook. Theodore, the floor is yours, sir. Welcome.
I like your tie, Mr. Cook.
Sir.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Bright, tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. 92, though it's been said many times, many ways. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Appreciate it.
Mr. Sanders, I hate to put you on the spot, but if you don't mind, Mr. Sanders and some of our jazz students were recently invited to a very prestigious jazz event in New Orleans. Do you mind just speaking to that very briefly?
Oh, no problem. First of all, thank you, President, for allowing us to have this platform. Well, you know, here we go. Check, check. Yes, we've been invited to the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival this upcoming spring, which is one of the largest and most prestigious festivals in the world. And they've given us a wonderful hot spot the first Saturday of this first of 2 weeks on the jazz tent at around 3 o'clock. So everyone who's everyone will be there. So we're really proud of our students and this wonderful opportunity for our college. Thank you so much.
What's that date?
That's April the 25th, 2026, so.
Is there a
pack your
bus
bags.
going that way?
There may just be.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it. We have an academics report this time?
No, sir, that is our report for the, just brought you some holiday music this time.
Okay, all right. So are we to?
We are ready to go to agenda item number 9 with
All
Mr.
right.
Baker.
Mr. Baker,
Yes, sir.
you have some announcements.
I do. A few events coming up. Tonight, we have our biannual student art exhibition this evening at the Alkek Hall, Alkek Center, Texas Hall. That's at 5 o'clock. Some wonderful pieces of art you'll be able to enjoy tonight. We also have our workforce education graduation. That will be also in the Alkek Center on December the 18th. That's a 6 o'clock start. Then we have our Christmas break, and we have a ton of basketball games coming up after that. As a matter of fact, they begin conference play on January the 10th and continue on from there. That's all I have, sir. Question?
The art exhibit tonight is 5 to what?
It's 5 to 7 p.m.
5 to 7. Thank you.
Rebecca James is our Fine Arts Department chair and also our art professor.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. I think we're down to item number 10, where we go into a closed session dealing with real property and employee matters. So at 1:01 p.m., we will recess for those purposes. Okay, we're back in session. Time now is 1:50 PM, still on Thursday, December 11, 2025. We have concluded our closed session discussion on the real property matters and employee matters. We're down to agenda item number 11, consideration possible action of real property. There are no action items with regard to that agenda item. Agenda item number 12, consideration of possible action, appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment duties, discipline or dismissal of a public officer or employee. There are no action items on agenda item number 12. That brings us to number 13, adjournment. Do I hear a motion?
I so move.
And a second?
I'll second.
And would everyone raise your hand to adjourn us? It is unanimous. We are adjourned.